headlines that we have this morning. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you so much, Bolaji. Good
All,
morning.
all right, so we start on this note. The First Lady disburses 1.9 billion naira to elderly citizens nationwide. This is a story coming from the nation. The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has reaffirmed her commitment to the welfare of elderly Nigerians through a renewed hope initiative, RHI. Speaking during the second edition of the RHI held across all 36 states, the Federal Capital Territory, and for military veterans. The First Lady announced a significant increase in the support grant to 200,000 naira per beneficiary. Details, of course, coming from the nation. But what's your take on this? Renewed hope initiative.
Well, thank you very much. And I say good morning once again to all our listeners. Well, my take on that is that we should look at it very, very well and ask ourselves a lot of questions. 1 point something billion naira,
1.9 billion naira.
1.9 billion naira coming from the First Lady.
Hmm.
And you recall that the other time the First Lady was at the Obafemi Awolowo University, where she also doled out the sum of 1 billion naira for some projects in that university. She was at the Morimi Hall or whatever. She's an alumnus of the Obafemi Awolowo University. And now again, we are having about another donation of 1.9 billion naira. Then we ask ourselves, where is the money coming from? That's the question that readily comes to my own mind. And before someone will come out to dole out such a humongous amount, that tells you that the person is having a lot in her kitty. Well, it's not out of place to take care of the elderly. Then again, I will ask myself, how how was the selection made? Who qualified for what, and if it's happening in all the 36 states of the federation, uh, who did the selection, and how were the elderly ones identified to the extent that they they were able to have that much. It just calls to question the way governance is in this part of the world. The first lady, yes, she was a senator. She served just recently when the husband became president, and the husband said, "Please leave my wife with her, come and take care of me." Um, if the first lady was saving all her earnings throughout the time she was in Senate, could it have amounted to be up to her? So it's a moral thing, and it just tells us how brazen some of our leaders can be when it comes to um, wasting of our resources. And I think in a saner climb, the question will be asked: how did she come about such huge sums of money that she's now doling out?
And then who are those people?
1.9 billion naira, for heaven's sake. It's not.
Small
It's
money.
not. It's not a small money, and
Or
so
should we
it's.
say this the ones that were recorded?
Well, that is it. That's. It's so. It's interesting. Well, we cross our hands, and let's see how it goes. But in saner climes, I don't think the wife of a president will come out and be spending like that.
And
There is more to it.
then who are those people that we want make the disbursements in the 36 states? How are we sure that they would do exactly
Yes, Bolaji, I said it. I said, how was the selection made? Who did what?
Was it online?
Was
or
it done
physical
online,
platform?
or what was the what is the scientific
How are we
proof
sure it's
that
the elders?
those people were selected based on what were the yardsticks
Hmm.
that were used in selecting those that were selected to, and if it took place in all the 36 states of the federation, well, until just now that we are we are
We hope
reading
that
it.
there'll be some kind of
Uh,
accountability, and then we get to see
who are,
those who actually benefited from
if
all
you are
this.
talking of accountability, who would they be accountable to? It's not government money.
Yeah.
It's not a government program. It's
At
a
least so let
private
us do
initiative.
like a visual to show that okay, these are the people that was given.
If that was not done, who is going to arrest those
Nobody.
who were in charge of the selection?
Mm.
What we are looking at the morality of nobody should not donate. But we are asking if somebody
Billion.
has been able to donate about almost 3 billion naira in 6 months, then you can imagine what that person is having in his or her kitty.
Comfort.
Then you ask the question, how did he or she come about that amount?
Amount of
That's what we are
money.
saying.
Mm.
I mean, if he was a public officer, what was her salary before she retired? He retired, and as a senator, how many years did she spend in Senate to the extent that she has been able to, I mean, gather a lot of money just like that, and is now spending
But on a normal
such
ground,
thing.
is there anything in the budget that is attributed to
The
the
office of the
wife
first
for
lady.
office of the first
The
lady?
office of the first lady, to me, is a misnomer. What will be the constitutional duties of the first lady? It's you only hear it here. Have you ever heard the first lady in America or elsewhere? The office of the first lady, is it captured in our constitution? What is the office of the first lady meant to do? It started during the era of Ibrahim Babangida, when Miriam was yes, became so powerful and was inviting the wives of the 36 state governors to Abuja and all of that. And when we came into civilian administration, the nonsense to me was invite the office of the first lady. What is the first lady doing? What are the constitutional provisions? What are the I mean duties ascribed to the first lady in our constitution? It's a misnomer. So don't let us just go to that area. For me, it is a misnomer. Okay, we have a GM here who is a woman. And then do we say that we should have the office of the
Of the first man.
first man in OGBC?
Or where we have a female governor. The office
Office
of the
of the
first man.
first man. And you can imagine when the Akwa Ibom state governor's wife died, the man quickly in place of her late mom. It is don't let us just go there. Let us go through the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. Where is it in the Constitution that there will be an office of the First Lady? And these are the duties allotted to that office. It's so funny.
Now, moving away from the office of the first lady, now youth empowerment. This story is taken from Nigerian Tribune. Presidency launches youth activities dashboard to empower young Nigerians. In a bid to transform the future of Nigerian youth, the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiative has launched the Youth Activities Dashboard, a technological platform designed to track and monitor youth development initiatives across the country. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiative, Titilope Gbadamosi, noted that the launch of the Youth Activities Dashboard is more than just a technological milestone, emphasizing that it is the realization of the bold vision to place youth at the heart of the national development agenda. Now, how do you think the Nigerian youth can believe that they are going to benefit from this initiative by the federal government then when they are still wanting endless for education loan?
Let's look at it this way. The other time we also read here and we commented on it when it was said that there will be a national youth conference. And one of the questions, and we raised series of questions then. How will you select the youth across the country? Then what would be what was the confab expected to do? What would be the outcome when the confab by the time it comes out with government or whatever? So this current one, to me, I mean, again calls to question the seriousness of government. I think the focus of government now should be on how to create more employment opportunities. There are a lot of that are absolutely not doing anything. A lot of graduates who are there, I mean, roaming the streets, having nothing to do. And if you are now talking of another youth program again, I think it's just a ploy to buy time and waste our resources. That's the way I look at it. And I'm talking seriously on this thing. Again, you how do you how do you bring them together? What are the yardsticks? And how do you come up with those things that meet the yardsticks for the selection and all of that? And all these things to me are, I think, are a serious waste of time, our resources, and it is supposed to be a renewed hope
Agenda.
agenda administration. Then I asked myself when I was coming driving down the studios this morning with some people in my car, and the discussion was how
And they
it's
said
just to look for
they end up
something for the
combining.
youth. We have our mind has always been at rest and for Kombale, and even now we are there, and it's just a week exactly to Christmas now. How sure is the renewed hope for the
Rejected.
Christmas
But
celebrations?
according to the senior special assistant to the president on youth initiative, that's Tete Lope Gbadamosi, where it was noted that the launch of the youth activity dashboard is more than just a technological milestone. Now, he emphasized more by saying it is the realization of the bold vision to place youth of Nigeria at the heart of the national development agenda, probably in place of maybe appointments and also
Now, what would be
appointment and employment.
what would be the activities on the dashboard, and who is going to coordinate such? Is it going to be in each of the 36 states of the federation, or is it going and including the FCT,
Or local
or is it
government
going
level.
to be at the local government level? You can imagine the amount of money that will be wasted of that. I say that will be wasted. Instead of this, why can't we look for other means of how such resources can be utilized to ensure that there are enough job opportunities for the youth, at least for them to be able to have something to also plan their lives. There are young men who cannot age, but cannot do that because what is the essence of? That's the question. That's the comment. You have a family that you cannot take care of. Husband have still be feeding them, and even up till now, some parents after educate the children are still the ones that are taking care
Yeah,
of.
grown up
So
children.
government should sit down, look at its economic policies, and borrow from the outside world and see how it is done. A lot of times in most of our programs are not well grounded and they are not well thought out. It is just to play to the gallery, to let them see us that
We are
we
doing
are doing
something.
something. And at the end of the day, such programs will just fizzle away. Some people will come there, make their money, and they will run away.
Now, this education loan that the youths have been waiting endlessly for, when exactly are they going to start giving them? Although there was a time, maybe somewhere in the north, there's someone who actually spoke with the youths and told them, "Don't worry, we'll start doling it out and everything." But they've not released anything. So why this endless waiting for this education
Well,
loan?
it's only the government that can explain that. Don't forget the fact that the government also promised a 77,000 naira minimum payment for the youth corpers. Have they been receiving it? These are moral questions. This I can't fathom how things are done in this part of the world. The government came out, nobody prompted the government to do that, and these innocent ones were full of oaths that, oh yes, but they have not been paid. Even those of us that are in paid employment, how many of us? I'm talking of the federal now. What you have is just a paltry 40,000 naira that is also taxed. There is no, as we speak, there is no salary structure that tells us how the thing was done consequentially. So it's a fraud to me. It's a fraud,
Still,
and government should stop disturbing us with all these fraudulent things that are coming out from government apologies.
back to the renewed hope agenda. This is a story coming from the Vanguard. A year to strengthen Tinubu's economic reforms. This was said by Minister Idris, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, has assured that 2025 will be a pivotal year for consolidating the ongoing reforms under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which already yielded positive results across various sectors of the Nigerian economy. Alhaji Idris made this statement in Abuja. Now, with all these economic reforms that we've been hearing, how will it affect the common man positively?
How has it affected the common man? Not how we live. How has it? We have a lot of those policies. We have a lot of those reforms. Look, let us go to the energy sector. Until that area is addressed, the heart of the present challenges that we are going through is that spiral, terrible increase in the prices of petroleum products. And until today, the thing is still affecting Nigerians. If when it was 580, 620, 650, and all of that, Nigerians were gnashing their teeth. And all of a sudden, the thing just went up to over 1,000 naira. Tell me, is there any fueling station today, any station that dispenses fuel today that sells for less than 1,000 naira? Only 2 days ago, I read that the NNPCL was saying that there has been a slight reduction in the
Price.
pump price, but which has not been reflected, maybe about 20 naira difference. So if the Minister of Information is talking about the economic programs or the economic policies of government. At the heart of those policies should be the interest of Nigerians, how Nigerians will live a good life. Presently, Nigerians are merely existing. We are not living. Well, those of them there, over there, the ministers, the government appointees, and all of that, may not feel it. They may not, to the extent that they have some of these things free. They have their fuel given to them. They have they travel out. They take their allowances. Then government takes care of almost all the responsibilities of whatever, and their children or their families don't feel what the average Nigerian is feeling. When you want to go out of your house today and you want to take public transport, you have to, even if it's going to be the one we call Okada, you have to look at it from the junction of Federal Housing Estate Olumore to the last bus stop there. You must have your 400 naira with you. If you are going to the hinterland, to the interior, to the inside, then you are talking of 500, 600 naira. That tells you that if you are coming out of that place, for example, and you are coming to somewhere in GRA here
Or Kuto
or
or
Kuto, your to and fro, you should be thinking of about
1,000 plus.
1,000. Are you saying 1,000? You should be thinking of about 2,000, 2,500 naira. That is Okada. And who is having that kind of money? That is on transportation alone. What are we talking about? What are we saying? What we are saying is that at the heart of whatever economic policy government is bringing out, the welfare of Nigeria and Nigerians should be uppermost. As we are now, Nigerians are not having the best of the time, and the renewed hope hasn't agenda for me has not renewed anything. Nigerians are languishing in abject poverty, and that's the situation as of now. And that is the truth, except we are deceiving ourselves.
Okay, we still have our hope, and we believe our hope will be
We
renewed.
continue to hope.
Yes. Now going to agriculture right now. I think this is one of your best areas.
Yes.
Mechanized farming. FG approves 30 billion naira for agri universities. Taken from the Punch newspaper, the federal government has approved 30 billion naira for the nation's 30 universities of agriculture to immediately commence mechanized farming. The announcement came with a directive for specialized universities to focus strictly on their core mandates and cease offering programs unrelated to their original purpose. Now, 30 billion naira for agriculture universities in Nigeria. How do we ensure this will translate to surplus our foods for Nigerians?
What we should know is that these universities are not created, these specialized universities of the pro chancellors and the vice chancellors were in of these specialized universities, including my own university, the Federal University of Agriculture, Doctor, were in Abuja yesterday, where the news broke out. And well, I would say yes, we thank the government for doing that. But one thing we should know is that these universities of agriculture, in the real sense, are not created to to produce whatever for the market. Yes, we in some instances do engage in production of all these agric products. But to the extent that people will now be thinking that yes, these universities of agriculture will now yes, because of this money that has just been released, the fund that has just been released, then yes,
The students can go to the farm
they will go
and
to the
feed.
yes, they will go to the farm. Don't forget also the fact that in these universities there are other courses that are offered, but the core of the specialized universities, the agric universities in this instance, the core is the agric courses. Yes, good. Uh, General to each of these specialized agric university is good. Mechanized, that means that a lot of this equipment could be procured, and students can be taken through how to go, how to manipulate those things, how to make use of them, and all of that. Most of these universities have their core mandate. In UNAB, it is called the tripoda mandate. Uh, you have the teaching mandate, you have the extension mandate, and what have you. So when these things are brought, when we have the equipment, the students will be able to go through them. They will learn how to use them. Yes, yes, we will. Our students do engage in the production of some of these. It's not out of place to see them come to our various offices when they have their practicals. They sell vegetables, they sell maize, and all of that. But to the extent that they will now be able to flood the market with all these products, that should not be the dream, or we should not just expect that they will be flooding our markets with
The produce.
yes. But what we are looking at is that yes, the students will now be exposed to saying those equipment which they have been learning in abstract form before. This that I don't know how what a tractor costs now, but good. When we have two or three or four or five, the students will be able to look at it. Okay, this is how to operate it. This is how to plow. This is how to plant. This is how to harvest, and all of that. Such that when the students now, uh, when they come out of the universities, they are able to put into use
What they have
those things
learned.
that they have learned. Then from outside, this is what we call the extension service. They will be able to say, okay, if you have this, this is the product of our research. When you apply this, you are likely to have a very good yield and all of that. It's a very good decision on the part of government, and I'm sure that the vice chancellors, the pro chancellors, and the council will make sure that these things, the money is spent in a justifiable way.
But can't some schools, decide to just earn something in this regard, in the sense that okay, they start to package some things, sell it to people as
You
wholesalers,
see,
sell it to
the
retailers.
money will have been attached, will have the specifics that it has to be used for. It's not just that you have the money, then you now veer into
Something
some other
else.
areas. No, it will be project specified. This is what you are going to. They said to encourage mechanized farming, which is good anyway. Let's see how it goes. But I'm talking. If you want me to talk about my university, Federal University of Agriculture, I'll say the man that is there now has a very great passion for, to ensure that that is done. That is talking
Let's look
about
at previous
Professor
calls.
Olusola Babatunde Kehinde.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
We
you so much
open
for
the studio
calling.
lines. So our listeners can also contribute to the program. 0803-437-9453. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning, sir.
morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, brother. Me.
Daddy, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing,
Yes.
sir?
Thank you. Wale Owosheni is my name.
You're welcome, sir.
Bayo,
Yes, sir.
if I am foolish and ignorant, is it everybody? I mean, if Wale Owosheni is foolish and ignorant, every Nigerian that is foolish and ignorant,
Definitely not.
or that somebody will come around and tell me that the economic policies of this administration has been yielding positive results.
That is far from the truth, sir. That's what we are saying here.
Okay, again, Bayo,
Yes, sir.
I am forced to tell you my age. I am already 85.
Wow.
Am I not elderly enough
To be considered.
to share of what the first lady is giving out to elders?
I'll probably know some people, if not you.
If somebody at 85, and if that money is for the elderly, is he not qualified? That's the question. Why was he not considered? And that comes to question what we are talking about. How are those people selected? I mean, so to say.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
There are so many elders in my Ikosi area here, and I've never heard anybody saying something is doled out to them.
200,000 naira, sir.
We will continue to deceive ourselves in this country.
It's still deceit.
I don't know why. And our leaders should know that we are not all foolish. If at all Wale Owosheni is foolish and ignorant, they should know that there are other people that are not ignorant, that can differentiate left from the right. I don't know. God will just salvage us in this country.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much for calling, sir.
0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0226. You can also send us text messages and I'll be glad to take them and read them. Hello, good morning.
Olatubosun from Leketun.
Thank you for joining us.
You see, government should be held accountable. Eh? They should saving us. We should learn from Benin, who use their tax to pay their workers and do many, many things. If Benin can, the resources being provided by God to Nigeria, if Benin have that resources, in fact, another country, they will be very, very, very grateful than China. So now they said they will borrow $500 billion for what? This President Tano of Benin, he said that he will not borrow any money for any World Bank. So why can't we learn from Benin and other country? They should cut the cost of government, senator, rep, see what they are earning in months. If you work for 35 good years, you can't see what they are earning for 1 month. So we God bless Nigeria.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
contribution and last of us from K2. Okay, we take few more calls 0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0226 and also on Facebook and YouTube at Open Radio at Bill. You can send in your comments. You can as well send in text messages to these phone numbers. I'll be glad to take them. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Bolaji and Emmanuel.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Bayo. Good evening.
Good morning, sir.
SA.
Senior analyst of Nigeria
Yes, senior analyst of Nigeria.
last week. Thank you, sir.
When I was talking about the first lady activity, giving out something to elderly citizens, it was like we had consulted. And like Wusheni had just said, thank God I'm also in the bracket of the octogenarians. So I'm now worried.
Jesus.
I never heard about this program until I heard it on radio. So the question arises, you have said there's so many questions. If the President Atinubu were to be my brother or my uncle, and then the first lady were to be my sister or something, and I fail to tell them the truth, then I'm not helping them. So the question is, as we have said it, how did she come about that huge amount of money to be doling out? If they are doling out such amount of money, is that all that you have? You must have about 10 times that in your coffers. What work has she been doing from the beginning of her life to accumulate that kind of money? You also ask the question, is what the purpose of the lady in our constitution? No. What we are doing, we have institutionalized it from the time of Babangida, and nobody wants to tell them the truth. I will put it under what I have been saying all along, that it is abracadabra. It is magic. The more you look, the less you see. The same thing with youth empowerment, youth activity, that's what. I think they have a clever way of brainwashing us. Only I'm putting our brain in one small compartment. So they are wiser than everybody. It's a lot of. Now, let me quickly talk about this money to agree to
The Greek universities, yes.
I also did agriculture up to PhD level. First degree, second degree, and
The
PhD.
third degree, yes.
Yes, in agriculture. Now, when you give out this money to universities to buy equipment, tractors, etc., the mandate of the university is research, teaching and research.
Teaching, research, and extension.
And extension, commercial
Yes.
agriculture, it should be left to the citizenry. So when you conduct your research, down and down
Interaction.
then you must have people who use this technology.
Yes, the product of those researches are extended.
Yes, please. So what is important is encourage people
Wow.
I could not afford it. I wanted to buy a tractor and go to farming. I could not do that. So let people, let government empower
6,000.
prosper farmers, cooperative farmers, put them together and empower them, give them tractors, teach them how to use these things. Universities are to conduct research. Yes, when I was in university or when I was at university, we had a few of these things and we were able to use them. After some time, all those things and the stress was we not only have these things. It's good to empower these universities to conduct research, use modern equipment, but the result should be commercialized by the people outside the university.
Yes, be made available.
Yes, that is. Let me stop there. I'm sure anything, but I want to beg our politicians, our president, etc. They should stop thinking that we are fools, like Dawood have just said. They should stop giving us abracadabra because we have no power to confront them.
Thank you, sir.
Sometimes something will happen. I don't pray for evil to happen.
We
Thank you so
appreciate you,
much.
sir.
We
Thank you so
appreciate your
much, sir.
contribution, sir.
Yes.
All right, so okay,
There's
there's another
another
call.
call.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I'm happy that I'm able to call in. Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning,
To
Roti.
everybody in the studio, especially to my mom.
Good morning, Roti. How are you?
Oluroti Ogunjumo is scam. Sorry,
Ojera.
Fine. Let me tell you about what I've been hearing from those guys. What happened yesterday actually happened. But Abayo, I can tell about it later. Actually, where she got the money, I don't know. It's only women, no. It's only women. The same thing was done last year, and I was fully involved in that. So that is that. It's true, but only women, not all.
How did you come about? Choosing them. What
selection
what
process.
was the selection process all about,
Yeah,
and
because
what
of,
was the
because
qualification?
of where I am now, women were choosing from each ward. But I said it's not something I can say on here.
I think we should be able to. They were picked from words. Definitely.
But from
Roti,
how she
let's
came
get
about
it
the money,
clear.
I
They,
don't
they,
know.
they, they, they must
But the
be
program,
they
let
must
me
be
explain
politicians,
something to you.
APC members, so to say.
Let me explain to you.
Okay.
Yes. Let me say yes. This program was from Remi Tinubu to all the states first lady. So, and the selection, I will explain how I know about that to you, but it actually went down yesterday as presidential lodge here. Talking about funding the agric schools. In fact, I just hope somebody from Korea is listening now. And those ones that rejected when Commissioner of Agric and the KBC came and they want to start mechanized farming in Kurere few years ago. I don't know. I just hope, because me, I will continue to mention this because this is something that is very painful to me because I don't know how far that would have gone.
Was he rejected?
Yes, they rejected
Then
it.
it must be that the spade work was not good enough.
My father wants to impose that, but they rebelled against Bale. I know Bale cannot.
I think this time around, Roti, it should not be about imposition. It should be about educating the farmers what the benefits.
Ignorance in it. They are just
Of course, one of those things. I think the basics that should first have been done would be to educate them. These are the benefits.
No, it was done.
Maybe somewhere along the line, something went awry. All right.
People have stole their land and thinking government, because they have been fools before. When only say
Well,
they actually thought those people are going to take care of. They thought government is going to take over their land. No, they are so passionate about this land things. And this so I think that's just the basis. And I think they've been really battered. They realize that mistake, but the the deed has been done and we cannot rewrite it. So I saw your students in Solid farmland is very close to Kurere here.
Yeah.
Because they are doing wonderfully job in that.
Yes, our students go about Greek students. There is what we call the farm practical year. It's a full program.
Let's just hope 2025 will be better for us in Nigeria because,
Okay.
as you said, things are pretty difficult in this country.
Okay, thank you so much for the clarification.
Thank you.
At least has been able to shed more light on
No. You see, well, it's okay. It's for the elderly women,
especially.
and I can see a lot of politics in that. But don't let us just go into
Let us dwell
that.
on that.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello,
Okay, move away
everybody.
from your radio.
Move away from
please.
your radio, so you can't turn it off.
Oh.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Good morning, sir.
I quite used to remember Bolaji, so I think Bolaji, or I don't know. Every time I listen to such program you say to that, then you can fool people sometimes, but you
Yeah,
cannot
Fool
it's
them
Bob
all
Marley.
the time.
Yeah, it's Bob
That's
Marley.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
What time is that?
Bob Marley.
Bob
Marley.
Marley, yes.
Yeah. You see, there is a limit of human endurance. Not as Timothy just said that the fatality has come in. Don't worry. It keep on going, okay? They forget about men. Keep no problem.
Well, it's human empowerment, so to say.
No problem. Hopefully, that the limit of human endurance. One day, as our father to said, something will happen, and I pray that good thing will happen. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Mr. Bayo Godebo, your parting shot this morning.
My parting shot would be that Nigerians should keep on hoping for the best, and we should also come out to challenge government. We should have that courage to call the government to question, and also on our part, we should ensure that we do what is expected of us to be done. And as we move towards the Christmas, I wish Nigerians the best of this very beautiful season. In a week's time now, it will be Christmas.
Christmas,
Yes.
And
Thank
not
you so
forgetting
much.
that the OGBC Father Christmas Fun Fair is still happening.
Yes,
Please
sir.
bring your children to our grotto. We have lots of activities going on there, and your
Before the
children.
Santa Claus takes all the gifts back to Rome.
Yes, so please bring the children, as many as you can bring. We have a very big space for your children to enjoy themselves. I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Bayo.
Thank you so
Ogundibo
much
this morning.
for
Thank you for
coming.
having me. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
And also to everyone that called in this morning, we appreciate your calls. And to
Thank
everyone that
you.
listened to the program this morning, we really appreciate you. And also many thanks to the editors and the newsroom, Chris Ubu and Toyin Oyelumade. The studio manager is Samuel Odonleye. Daniel Okechuku is the ICT man who has been doing everything to ensure that you watch us live on YouTube
Facebook and
on
YouTube.
Facebook. This is a production of Yemisi Show Deal. I am Emmanuel Adebanjo.
And I'm Bolaji Eze. Have a beautiful day.